I just clicked a weird button and I don't know.
Fuck?
Just another day here in the studio. Did we even snap in on our last episode?
I don't know.
I don't think we did.
Welcome back to 307 Forget to Snap React.
Have fun editing that one, dude. Like, wait, where do I start? It's just kind of like...
You know, we've had a couple that we forgot to snap in on, and it's not a big deal.
You just kind of line it with whatever, yeah. But it's
like, oh yeah, I burp right there, sick. I'll line it up with that.
Look, here's a little tidbit for anyone that doesn't know. In the big Hollywood movie industry, the reason why you see the little clickers, marker, those are literally called markers for the editors, so that when they go back in and give them all these scenes, they can see the marker at the beginning of each clip that they're going to do, and it has a title and a time marker and everything like that on it. So when they go to edit, they don't have to search through hours and hours of footage. They just go to the right time marker and look at the little clips and go, that's the time marker for this clip, boom, and they drop that in. And just that's
Everything
literally
just
what those
lines
things
up.
are for, those little clicky gates things. That's what they're for. It's just a marker for the editors. That's really
So
what it is.
we try to snap.
Yeah,
because then
boom.
we look at our audio and we see a little spike. And
that's
we
our
know
marker.
Just
That's
line
our
it
marker
up.
to line our mics up with our camera, because you guys don't want to hear the audio that comes off our camera. You've heard it before. It's terrible.
dog shit.
And it's crazy the transition going from, like, when you're in the editing room, going from hearing the camera to hearing these. Even when you're editing, dude, it's like, wow, dude,
it
the
sounds
mics,
so much better.
they take away so much noise, so
Yeah.
much background noise. It's crazy. So,
Yeah.
anyways, tell the people what we're getting into, Chris.
We're back here with Jessi B.
She's got something to say, apparently.
Coming here to preach, bruh.
Yeah.
The ugly truth about being an independent artist. What they won't tell you.
I know. I have a feeling I know a little bit about this. I probably have
Yeah.
a little bit of taste of what she's going to say. I haven't seen any of this.
So let's take 3 topics. What 3 topics, if you had to take a guess, do you think she would mention?
They will not pay you at local shows, for sure. Let's see. 3 of them. Let's see. Being an independent artist. You shouldn't sign to a label, because labels are actually bad news, despite what all the media might tell you.
I mean, yeah, I would kind of figure that's.
I mean, she's an
kind of
independent
a
artist
given.
herself, but
Yeah.
you never know, man. She's out there trying to spread the word too. And then I don't know. What's the third one? What's a good third one? What do you think?
So here's what I'm thinking. I think she'll touch on the amount of sacrifice you have to give as far as time and money.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Relationships, job, friendships,
yeah.
all that stuff.
Number 2 is going to be, I think, just the struggle as a whole to consistently produce creative art that you're proud of.
That you're proud of.
Which
And,
is the hardest thing, because you're your own worst critic.
dude, yeah, the further I get into this drum edit, the more I'm like, God, dude, I am so bad at playing drums. How did I do this?
How did I do this? And then I think a third one will probably have to be maybe just like not knowing who to trust, right?
True.
If I had to pick 3, I think it would be sacrifices, the struggle of being your own critic, as well as knowing who to trust. I think those are, at least from what I understand and know from being an independent artist once upon a time, those are the 3 big ones that just plagued me.
And staying relevant without burning yourself out, too. That's a big one. That's something Casper struggled a lot with. So let's see what she has to say. Here we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Video is going to fly up here in a second, and let's hit it.
First thing I want to establish before diving deep into this video is, number 1, why the fuck should you listen to me? I'm Jessi B. I'm 21 years old, and I'm an independent rapper myself. I want to expose the truth about independence. I want to share with you all of my tips and tricks and the things that I've learned through my own experience. And I've gotten a lot of DMs and questions about steps I took in order to get to the point that I'm at today. The first thing you need to understand about being an independent artist is the fucking definition of independence, okay? Let's establish what an independent artist looks like, and then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of how to be one. The definition of being an independent artist. According to that definition, you are responsible for all of your music, okay? No one's gonna make the music for you.
Facts.
That's a good one. Yep.
So let's go back and read this, right? Independent, free from outside control, not depending on another's authority. Okay?
I like the first thing it goes to also is Canada's largest independent investment firm in the description there.
Okay.
Start with Canada. I don't, for whatever reason, they paid for the top spot on there.
Not depending on another for livelihood or subsistence. Like, basically, you're it. Okay? Like, you don't answer to anybody. You are.
Self-sufficient, self-supporting.
Yeah, you are the highest authority that you have to answer to.
Can motivate, can stay busy, can preoccupy yourself without anybody else. Don't need someone else there. Don't need anybody else to even help out, honestly.
And I love this here. It says similar, free thinking.
These ones on the that's what I was reading too. Self-sufficient and self-supporting. Yeah, free thinking, self-sufficient, self-supporting. Like
it's good stuff. Independent, Disney. Not.
I like it. Did you read it?
According to that definition, you are responsible for all of your music. Okay, no one's gonna make the music for you.
Facts.
You're responsible for writing all of your lyrics. You're responsible for filming it. You're responsible for editing it. You're responsible for funding everything. And if it doesn't get done, it's no longer an excuse. It's your own fucking fault. Second truth about being an independent artist is that no one is going to do it for you. Stop thinking that you deserve to be an independent artist, okay? Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
I'm holding this anymore. One thing that I struggled with when I first started doing music was that I thought if someone would just notice my music, if the people that I looked up to would just notice what I'm putting out there and listen to my bars and see what I'm capable of, that somehow in this magical fairy tale land, they would come and save me and they would just hand me my entire music career. And that's just not how fucking life works.
Boy, I was in that boat
sounds
too.
familiar, don't
Oh man, I was in that boat too, man. Like I've pretty much grew up in that boat, you know what I mean? And we all do at a certain point in our childhood. We all idolize somebody, and we all want to be somebody, whether it be a sports, like
an athlete, or
sports athlete. That's the word I was looking for. I'm very relevant with that kind of stuff, obviously.
Whether
it be a musician, an artist, a lawyer, a teacher, whatever it wants to be, you typically there are influences that you idolize coming up as a childhood that make you want to do those things. And for the longest time, that's what it is. It's like, man, if I just do this one thing and this one guy comes along and sees it, then boom, that's my big break.
Yeah.
And and kind of existed in a time when the big break kind of still was a thing. Like there was a chance when, like if you were at the right show, you could maybe find a big break somewhere, but that is
pretty
much gone by the wayside at this
20,
point.
30 years ago.
Oh, man,
passed,
seriously.
man.
Like that's, and even when I was trying to do that, when I thought I could, it had, like you said, 20, 30 years ago, it had passed. You know what I mean? So like, I was still trying to do something that even at the time I thought it was still relevant was on its way out already. So yeah, it's one of those things, man. Like,
and I called it. She hit on one of the things. She didn't necessarily talk about the sacrifice, but she's like, you're responsible for funding everything. And that's the man. I've talked to a lot of people that have made small passes at me about having things in this room that I have in this room, and literally other than the things that Nate paid for us, which again we wouldn't know thanks,
Nate if we didn't build our YouTube channel the way that it was and do all the work that we put into it to meet Nate in the first place. Everything outside of that, I was bought by my own fucking pocket, man. Like, I paid for every piece of square foam on this wall except the purple stuff. Thanks again, Nate. But yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, it doesn't come out of just like, you're into...
I just woke up one day and all this shit was here.
You're into audio production. All of a sudden, fucking Warren Hewitt comes along and he's like, here's an interface and here's some monitors. And it's like, no, that's not how it fucking works, dude. Like, and here's a giant record label band to produce. Like, here you go.
Shit,
like, no. First of all, they're going to destroy you in the studio. That band's going to come in and eat your fucking lunch, dude.
Yeah.
Literally and
Big
physically. Time. Like, all of it. Let's go.
All your beers, your
all
lunch,
of them. Yeah.
All of it.
They're going to smoke all your weed. They're going to destroy your place. Let's go.
They would come and save me, and they would just hand me my entire music career. And that's just not how fucking life works.
No.
Okay? Stop thinking that other artists are going to come and save you. Being an independent artist is your job. Okay? It's not Tech Nine's job to make you a rapper. That's your job. That's why you're independent. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. When it comes to getting noticed, it opens up doors and opportunities that wouldn't be opened up if they hadn't noticed you. For instance, networking. When I first started doing music, I was noticed by a couple of artists, including Upchurch.
I'm talking about Jessi B.
Chase Matthews.
They just hating cause they can't compete with this I'm the new
Katie Noel.
If you think you're writing better songs than her, you're fucking not. So yeah, Jessi Bulls deserves no female artist of the year.
One of my awesome friends, Chad Arms, noticed me as well.
It's dope that we're here to be able to
Chad Arms
see your first show. Yeah, for sure.
Got
We
our
just-
little cheerleading squad.
Yeah,
I like her
absolutely.
shirt.
We're gonna show you.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you got that natural raw talent, it just has a way of working itself out anyway. So
Damn.
Now, those people noticing my music didn't automatically give me a career and establish myself as a rapper. I established myself as an artist. Those gave me opportunities to network with other people,
Yes.
to learn more about the people I'm going to be working with. It also opened up doors for features, but never assume that if a bigger artist or someone that you look up to, if they notice your music, never assume that they're willing to help you or give you your entire career in the palm of your hand. That's all your job. When I first started
Look, and that's the thing. She
Big
said it
facts.
perfectly. These people, it's not these people that you're going to be friends with that you're looking to help you promote your music. It's these people that you're going to be working with. Like, and that's another reason why these guys aren't just going to come along and like, oh, you put out one track on YouTube 4 years ago. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it bangs, bro.
Fucking
Here's a
sick.
label. Like,
Yeah,
here's
right.
an offer, right? Like, no, those people are like they're your business partners. So those people are looking at you as a business also.
Well, and
what does your business do to help my business? You know,
and even like sometimes it's not even just that. I mean, just in time. We've talked with him. I mean, God, I have his number. Like, I consider him a friend. Brandon Hart. He's told me several times, "Hey, man, like, I really appreciate that you check on me. You're a good friend." Blah 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 blah. But that doesn't make us famous.
Well,
you know what I mean.
and that's in a
And-
different
and-
realm too. You know, like
and it doesn't. Them shouting us out doesn't make us a successful YouTube channel.
it's not like, oh my God, Brandon
Oh.
Hart said our name on his channel. We're
Oh my
famous.
God, we have 5 million subscribers now. It's just
Our
not how
count
the
didn't
world
go
works.
up that day. It might have gone
Yeah.
down actually.
It
That's
might have got
very
weird.
possible. You know, like
Yeah.
someone that likes Brandon Hart may have been turned on to us through him and been like, oh, not my thing.
Yeah.
Nope. Like, you know,
And
that
that's
kind of
fair.
thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I mean. Like, so in the realm of just like making contacts and networking, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, it's great to have those
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
out there. But when it comes time to pay the piper, you know, like when you're actually trying to like put shit on the books and like I'm making a track and I'm doing this and that, those people that you want, those idols and things like that, become less of your friends and more of your business partners. And like you want to show that you can represent them too. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I want you to take me on because I want to be part of what you have. And
And I think one of the biggest things that I enjoy about watching some of these artists work together is, you know, Ryan Upchurch mentioned Chase Matthew a year ago, 2 years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah,
like
yeah.
before he even signed him. And then it was kind of one of those things. Upchurch was working on something. Chase Matthew, I didn't even, you know, once again, just because somebody famous says your name doesn't mean you're going to get all the subscribers. So I never even paid attention. But Chase Matthews started putting out stuff that was good, and he was consistent, and he just, you know, he didn't ask Church. He didn't ask him for a feature. He didn't ask him for this, that, or the other. He just worked his ass off.
worked,
and
man.
Church just kind of woke up one day and was like, damn, he's doing some good shit. You
Dude.
know what? I like that shit, and he want to come support you. And, like, that's the biggest thing is we're kind of in a point now where we've helped a lot of, like, same thing with reaction channels. We've helped reaction channels that are significantly bigger than ours. You know, I've talked with a guy, he was having copyright issues. His channel has like 1.3 million subscribers. And he we had a conversation. He's like, what channel are you from again? Like, somebody sent me to you. I said, I have 307 Reacts. And I think he saw our follower count and was just like, I'm not going to listen to this guy. And he kind of blew me off, but whatever. He doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore. It got taken down.
too many copyrights, man.
So, yeah, weird.
That's how it happens.
When you do a full movie reactions.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
mean you're going to sit there and watch The Dark Knight on your YouTube channel and do a reaction to the whole 2-hour, 3-hour film?
Pretty sure that movie was made by Warner
Yeah.
Brothers, dude. Like, that's, yeah, you don't want to do that.
Anyway, he didn't.
Didn't last.
Whatever.
It is what it
Anyway,
is. I'm excited what you're
but-
saying, dude. This is great.
But we've kind of got to the point with a lot of the reaction channels that we work with that, like, we're all kind of set, right? We all know what we're doing. We're all on the same page. It's not like we're helping each other or tearing each other down. We're just like, hey, man, I have a question about this, that, or the other. And we reply, and then, okay, cool. Then we're back to our own
Perfect.
work.
Yep.
You know,
That's exactly how it goes, man.
I'd imagine it's very much similar along music artists. Like, you know, someday they'll just have a video that'll pop up on their recommended. They're like, damn, you know, Nick the actor actually doing pretty good this week.
He
Damn,
killing
look
it,
at this
dude.
video.
Look,
He
look at
killing
him.
it, man.
Send him a message like, damn, bro, killing it. You know,
So,
that kind
you know,
of thing.
that's
for
what
sure.
it is.
Yep. Let's
But
keep
they
going.
don't make you famous.
They-
Just because you know them and they talk about you doesn't make you famous.
Saying your name in one video does not make you famous.
Upchurch says I am not the cure.
Yeah, Look, I've been called out in multiple Glenn Fricker videos. He says my name all the time in his comments.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt? Thanks for joining us. The last
Yeah.
time he did a live stream, I was like, Glenn, what's up? Fuck you from work. And he was like, hey, Matt, fuck you. Thanks for joining us. And like, you know, I get to sit and work and go, yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But
Yeah,
that's
right.
about all it amounts to, man,
Yeah.
really. Like, it's a cool thing for you personally, but that's
real.
really about it. You know what I mean?
Now I was doing absolutely everything by myself. Everything down to making the beats, promoting myself, to making my own advertisements and my own graphics,
Hell yeah.
filming my own music videos, editing my own
Big
videos.
one, editing.
And what that taught me was to be resourceful. Better prepared me for the experiences that I have now, where I can hire someone to mix and master and hire someone to film and edit my videos if I needed to. The third truth of being an independent artist is that being independent, while it may be difficult, it's not impossible. I'm going to dive into two main areas. First one being time. When you're established yourself as an independent artist, you have to somehow schedule and make time for your craft. That's even with working a full-time job. For instance, I don't just do music. I work at a gun shop. I've also worked at a warehouse. And then I worked at a fucking hair color store. I worked at many different places, but those were all placeholders to help fund the bigger idea of the music. Not only do you have to schedule and make time and opportunities for your craft, you have to stick to it. You have to be consistent about it. Time is a really difficult concept for independent artists. They can't understand, like, how am I supposed to work a full-time job, make all this money to help fund my music, and somehow still make music? What the fuck? It's possible. It's difficult, but it is possible.
Yes.
The second area that makes it really hard for people to be independent artists, it's money, okay? Like I said in the beginning, you have to fund all of your endeavors. You have to pay for travel when you go to shoot videos. You also have to pay for your equipment and whatever software you're gonna use if you're gonna be completely independent and record your own music. When you go to create your own merchandise.
That was a
you
big
have
one.
to-
That's honestly a big one that I feel like it's overlooked a lot. You know, everyone thinks, you know, when you go to record your own music, I need microphones and I need this little interface and I need a computer. Well, the one thing that makes all of those things talk to each other is the program that you plug it all into, right, inside the computer. We use Cubase 9 Pro. Now, I think they're up at like Cubase over 10 something. I don't know right now, but I bought Cubase 9 Pro 6 years ago as like a Cubase 8, and I've just been upgrading it when I get the money to do it. But Cubase 9 Pro as a base program is $780. So like, you're dropping $1,000 just to get the program on the screen. Now, there are way, way better options nowadays, right? Like, you don't have to buy Pro Tools. You don't have to buy Cubase. You don't have to buy Logic. Reaper runs for $60 for a full license, fully fledged. And I know professionals like Glenn Fricker and a few other guys that are using that.
What's Billy Wilkins using? Is it Adobe?
Ableton. Yep, and Ableton's another. You can get expensive versions of it, but I think they start a little cheaper because they're more based around digital production than actual acoustic production, right? So yeah, that's another thing that she mentioned. You know, you have to buy your equipment, you have to buy your software, and that doesn't go for just recording. That goes for editing. Like, we use Wondershare Filmora, and we pay a $50 a year license for that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to fund all these things, and you have to make sure that those things like
stay current.
That's your rock, man. Like, your equipment is kind of your rock. Like, without that, you can't make content. You can on your phone, but it's not. It's tougher. You know what I mean? You want to produce something professional, so you want to get professional gear. You got to pay for professional gear, and professional gear is not cheap. So
no.
So you got to work a job, and you got to make paychecks, and then at the end of working 8 to 10 hours a day, you don't want to make any music. So you have to force yourself to go in and make your craft.
Yeah.
Woo, baby.
I mean, speaking of professional tools and stuff, I mean, we got. Thank you guys who showed up to the live stream for Kenna's stuff.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
It was fantastic.
I mean, I know how the live stream. How'd her buying stuff go?
So we got the toolbox.
Nice.
And I got all the, the little glove holder and a cup holder.
Is it a wheelie toolbox, or is it just like a stationary, set it on top of a thing?
Oh, no. It's a wheelie one.
Yeah, baby.
Okay? And it's a cart, technically.
So it's like at the bottom half.
No, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a service cart. Like, it's got a lid up on top that opens up, and you have room down in there, and then it has like 4 drawers or something. But I got a power bank for it and all that shit.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So that was like 400 something, right? Which is, it's Harbor Freight shit. Like, it's not going in an automotive shop. It's going in a tattoo shop, so it's not a big deal.
And it's not going to move most of the time once it's in there. Once it finds its home, it's kind of there.
That's it.
So
yeah, in an automotive shop, I mean, people have run cars into my toolbox, and it's still fine.
Yeah.
I paid $8,000 because I knew that was going to be the case.
And a toolbox and a bumper at the same time, okay?
Yeah, and I have like 2,000 pounds worth of tools sitting in that toolbox. I can't just buy the cheapest pile of crap. Like, I'm going to be breaking
you run into a
drawers all
thing
the time
too
and
where
shit.
you do that, and you run into a thing where you got a heavy ass drawer on the bottom or on the top, and you open it up, and your whole toolbox will literally tip over on you.
Yeah, I mean, the Snap-on ones will do it. I've seen it happen one time.
Mine tries to do it. Mine's a Craftsman one. It tries to do it every now and then, and it's not a high quality Craftsman box. So like, yeah, it makes sense.
But I mean, her tattoo machine, right? So we get down to the nitty gritty of, okay, here's the shit we're gonna be using every day, and just like tools, okay, we're not looking for bottom of the barrel. Are we looking for top of the line?
maybe not right yet.
We're not going to go Snap-on, but let's go Matco.
Let's
okay?
go.
Like,
I have a question. Is Icon a good? Because I know they're like a high quality Harbor Freight, right?
Icon is made in the same factory as Matco tools.
So there you go.
And literally the prices are like $30 to $50 difference.
So there you go. So buy some Icon stuff. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it. I just didn't actually know if they were good or not.
The same factory.
I've watched the donut guys destroy the shit out of them, and they always come out faring pretty well. So.
Right. But we get down to the tattoo machine. $1,100. They have a sale going on for $800. I was like,
deal.
This is the one.
Yeah.
So we get that one, and I guess it's the one that the rest of the shop uses. But the point is, okay, now you have the machine. Great. Now what? Well, you got to power it somehow. So we have to get a power...
a bank.
Fucking whatever it's called. The actual... The thing that you adjust it's like literally the motor.
It's like a converter, like a voltage converter thing or whatever, where it adjusts
I forget what it's called.
Yeah. Someone out there, one of you guys knows.
The power thing to actually run the machine. Okay, so that was another $180. Okay, and then we go ahead and we get the pedal to communicate with the machine.
The sewing pedal that turns the thing and the thing and lets all the stuff in there.
No. This is just the thing, hey, this is what my voltage is going to be. And then you have to get the pedal to communicate with that one to let you know, hey, this is when you send the voltage to the machine.
Yeah.
Then you had to get a power cord from that to the thing. So we spent $1,500 just on that setup.
Oh, yeah.
15, 16.
And there's still, you could spend another $1,500 on other shit and still not quite have the full picture, I'm sure. You know, like.
So and that's no cartridges, no needles, no ink.
No ink, dude. And ink.
Yeah.
Ink is an artist's biggest tool, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have ink to make the thing happen.
I mean, there's always something in every type of art that gets created that gets overlooked.
Yep.
For music, it's your software. For a tattoo artist, people they think I need a machine and ink. Well, you need a power supply and all of these other things. I mean,
there's also how many regulations on that kind of shit too. Like you can't just be fucking plopping people in your office chair at your house and like. I mean, it happens. Don't get me wrong, but like you're not supposed to be doing that, right?
Yeah.
So like you need a good place to do it. That can cost money. Luckily, Ken is in a good shop, so like.
Yeah, and I mean you need your
sanitization
sanitation station or whatever.
Yeah.
Where all your shit goes. I mean, anything that you do that's involved around art, there's always something to be overlooked.
Absolutely.
So
software is a big one, people. Let's see what else she's got.
Travel when you go to shoot videos. You
one.
also have to pay for your equipment and whatever software you're going to use if you're going to be completely independent and record your own music.
Yeah.
When you go to create your own merchandise, you have to fit the bill. Even down
Oh
to
yeah, we knew that one. That one's expensive,
this
dude.
Video, I've been being kind of harsh. I've been telling you guys the evil, ugly truth about independent artistry. Now I'm going to tell you the benefits. Why everyone should be becoming independent. Why labels are no longer necessary. Let's start off with the biggest one. You are in control and no one can tell you what to do when it comes to making decisions about your music. You get to call the shots. You get to determine where your music goes, when it releases, who you work with, who you don't work with. You get to decide everything. You are in complete control of your career. As opposed to being on a label, they call the shots. You're just the talent. Another benefit from being an independent artist, you make all the money, okay?
Yeah.
Everything that you release, everything that you put out, all of the streams, all of the views from your YouTube, whatever, all of the revenue goes to you. As opposed to being on a label, you're probably making a fraction of what the label is making from your music.
Oh, yeah.
From everything
Big
that
time.
you've written, you've come up with, you sang, you rapped, whatever. The final benefit I want to talk about when it comes to being an independent artist is that there is endless opportunity and you get to create it. You get to be in charge.
Cue dramatic
You get to
effects.
design everything that you do. You get to sit back at the end of the day and say, this is something that I did. You came to this conclusion, you made your dreams happen, and you decided to change your life. So that's all I got for you today. We're going to go ahead and do an overview of everything that we talked about in this video. If you want to go ahead and screenshot what I'm about to put on the screen, that way you'll have all the information we discussed in this video to help further your music. The first truth about being an independent artist is that you are responsible for your own music. The second truth, getting noticed encourages opportunities, not easy success.
Boom, that's a good way to
being
put
an
it.
independent artist is difficult, but not impossible. And finally, being an independent artist gives you complete control of your talent, your career, and your future. Anyway, I love you guys. Take care, and go make some awesome fucking music.
That's goddamn right.
Fuck yeah.
I was wondering if she had anything else after this because there's quite a bit of There's quite a bit of let out here, but she could have just pulled an us
She might have.
and just uploaded some blank space. It looks like she did. Yeah.
There's usually just a little clip of something, probably towards the very end.
Let's see, we got 6 seconds.
Because this is what happens to us sometimes. If you guys are like, wow, you have 30 minutes of just blank space. And it's like, yeah, well, we had a tiny little sliver of video that we cut that somehow got pushed all the way out.
Filmora does this thing where if you've got a video, right, that's you've got a clip in your little window pane, and you try and bring another video in the middle of it, it will take whatever's left of that original video and blast it to the end of your project. And if you have gaps between some stuff at the end of your project, it'll just put it somewhere out in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And which is why, like, you guys have seen some videos of mine that I've uploaded where it was like a 45-minute video, but it was like seriously 20 minutes of blank space.
Yeah.
There was a clip. There was a
I
second.
did one of those too.
There was a fragment clip that just, for whatever reason, Filmora was like, it needs to go at 44.46. Like,
you know what? You remember how I was in here editing the other night, and I just happened to notice that, like, okay, so here's what happened. I dropped my screen cap, my camera, and my audio. I dropped them
these
all
are
in.
tracks he's talking about.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I lined up the tracks so they're all good. And then I cut a section out to move it over so we could put in our little 307 reacts,
Our intro, yeah.
intro thing. Cut a little section, okay, and then I select the camera and the audio so that way they move together.
Highlight them, cut them.
Move them over, okay. Inserted the intro, and as soon as I did so, it moved the beginning of the project from 0, where it should be, to 32.9 minutes.
And then it freezes stuff, doesn't it? Like, you can't move stuff or something? What was that about? Wasn't there another
I
thing
had
too
that
where you-
happen one time. I don't know what the fuck was going on there, but we were having a rough day.
Look, when we talk about editing and how much of a pain in the ass editing is, like, the big thing, that's another...
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't let me zoom.
That's what... Yeah, that.
We ended up, like, just closing out, restarting it, and then it worked twice, and then quit, and then...
I don't know what the fuck happened.
I have no idea, dude.
Another big one that she didn't overlook, but that gets overlooked, I feel like, especially in our world, is editing, man. Editing. Shooting a video is so easy.
Yeah.
Like, especially now after
This is the easiest part.
After
right
we've
here.
done so many of them, now I'm like, dude, all we got to do is 3 reactions, 4 reactions, 5 reactions. I'm like, okay, done.
Yeah.
The daunting part is thinking about the other side of it, where there's 5 video files on my computer that, guess what? If we don't touch them, no one else is going to. So, like, it's on us. Get them done. So yeah, editing is a huge time consumer. Big time consumer.
The thing is you can spend, the worst example I could possibly think of. You already know it. As the structure fails, the sleep core video that we did, that took me 6.5 hours to edit that 20-minute video.
And if you want to know why, you have to go watch. We're not going to tell you why. You just have to go watch it, and then you'll get an understanding for why it was such a pain in the ass to edit.
Oh, dude.
We had to shoot 2 videos for that video.
Yeah.
So, like, we watched the reaction, and then we went back and we watched it again, and we shot videos both times. Getting more interesting? Don't know what we're talking about? Go check it out.
Yeah.
It's on our list. We even have a playlist for them because those guys are absolutely insane and phenomenal.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, anything that you edit is going to take you longer to edit than what it took to film.
Twice.
Obviously.
On average, twice as long.
Yeah.
You can expect it to take you twice as long.
So if you have a 20-minute video,
you can expect an hour.
If you're good and you're fast and you know what you're doing, it's going to take you 35, 40 minutes to edit it.
To get something, like, usable.
Yeah.
Not like, maybe not something that's polished or brushed or anything. Just something that's like, okay, here we go. Here's the rough edit. We can send it. Like that kind of a thing. So, yeah, it takes a long... Editing is a bitch.
Yeah.
But I really feel like... I really feel like editing is where you kind of gain your following at. Like, I feel like a good edit can make or break some of your subscribers, man. I mean,
for real.
it has for me in the day.
Yeah.
When I'm watching something new on the internet, a good edit for me, I can see something and I go,
dude,
subscribe. That was good.
I think Call Me Kevin has some of the best edits I've ever seen, where he'll be like talking about, he'll be playing Minecraft, and this is where I notice it the most. He'll be playing Minecraft, right, and he'll create a set of stairs, right? If you ever played Minecraft, you know what I'm talking about. You dig out a block, and then dig out a second block, another, and you just kind of
go down into the caves.
Into the cave. Well, he went ahead and used water, put water down it, right? And it's funny because his character is going above water and below water, above water and below water, and above water and below water, and he's talking about whatever while he's doing it. Well, his editor, now I don't know if it's him or if he has an editor. I imagine he has an editor. But every time he goes below water, he muffled
Change
the
the
vocal
thing,
to where
dude.
it sounds like it's underwater. And then every time he come back up, and I mean, I know that took forever.
Dude, that had to have taken so long.
Just cut, add
Well,
effect.
yeah, you have to cut it.
Add effect.
And even if you
cut,
want to try
add
and do it in
effect,
bulk, like you go through the whole thing and make your cuts, listen to the whole thing and make your cuts, but then you still have to go back, separate those ones out,
Yep.
find an effect, put the effect, add the layer, add the filter, change everything out, make sure nothing moves around, lock all your tracks in. Dude, it's
just for that one edit, and I mean, it was still a 30-minute video.
Oh, and that's
like
some of the ones, the soup
one
ones that we watch,
section.
the podcast ones that we
Oh,
watch, where they've
God.
got their text going all over the screen.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. Even the ones that I do, butt cracks and cum snaps, like
Yeah,
those,
yeah,
bap, 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 like
yeah.
even those, dude, that's 3 different lines of text because they all have to fly in at different times, and you can't put them on the same line because they'll slice each other and move.
Yeah.
We're getting off on an editing rant.
Anyway.
this should show you guys though, like editing is a big part of what we do. Like
Yeah.
we spend more time probably talking about editing than we do about the episodes themselves. Like we spend time talking about the edits for the episode.
Yeah.
Because that's me and Chris get to know these episodes so much more familiar. Like we get much more familiar with them during the edit process,
Yeah,
Like,
because there's sometimes we'll go back in editing. It's like, God, dude, how did I not notice that?
God, there've been so
Like-
many times I've looked at myself in an edit and just gone, "You're so stupid, dude." I'm watching you sit right there, not knowing the answer, and I get to watch myself from the crowd
Yeah.
going, "You're so dumb, Matt. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that?" It's okay. I'll just put the word over his head since he's being an idiot. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Jesse Boyles or
Boyle,
Boyle?
man.
Boyle,
I think it's Boyle, just Boyle.
dude, hit the nail on the head with everything she
Yeah.
said there, man. It's and honestly, good for her, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know where she's at in her level of success, but
She's climbing, man.
she sounds like she's making all the right connections, dude.
She works at a gun shop, so she's still in the, not quite full time, but we're getting there thing.
Bro,
and
God,
I feel
I
it.
respect that grind so much, man. That was a
no
big thing
shit.
of what she said too. Is like, on top of working, and she's like, time is a weird concept for musicians.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to work a
It
40-hour
is.
job and still make music and have time to do it all?
Yeah.
Like, because you do. You think that 40-hour job, and you're like,
You-
God, that's my entire week, man. Like, how am I gonna have time for anything else?
Oh yeah. You just get to kiss your sleep goodbye.
You buck up
Like,
at 9
that's-
o'clock at night and you
that's it.
fucking make reaction videos, and then you stay here till midnight editing, and then
Yep.
put videos out tomorrow. That's what we have
And
to
you
do.
wake
So-
up at 6:30 in the morning and do it all over again.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, boy.
Let's get out of here,
Well,
man.
if you guys like this episode as much as we did, be sure to give Jesse Bull a flalo.
Flalo.
A flalo.
Go over to hit that flalo button.
Good old flalo. Check her out on the Elsewhere podcast too. She had a lot of good conversations with Kat over there. It was really good.
She
really
seems
good
pretty
listen,
fucking
for
smart,
sure.
man. She seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders. So
Oh, for sure.
She knows
And
what she's doing.
I can't wait to see what she comes out with,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Like, I have a feeling like the video she's put out has been good. I feel like what she puts out next is going to be next level.
I think I think this is kind of like her.
This
Like,
is-
all right, I'm
is
stepping up
her-
a little bit.
This is her transition to a level up.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
I'm excited to see what goes. Still a little disappointed you're your Ford chick, but
maybe
we'll
that's,
get over
maybe
that.
that's part of the leveling up. You
Yeah.
know, we'll see what happens. there.
I'll tell you this, Jesse B. Okay, here's the thing that I found out: Grizzly Wintergreen and Kodiak Wintergreen are made in the same factory. I know you dip Grizzly. Okay, if you dip Grizzly and you keep finding stems in your cans like I have, they poke the fuck out of you. Buy Kodiak. Okay, Kodiak. I haven't found a stem one out of like 15 cans.
There you go.
Like, anyway, Jesse B. If you're still watching.
From F-150 to SS-454, we'll get you there one car at a time, girl.
SS450. I love that shit. Hell yeah.
That's what I want to drop in the Camaro, but I
We ain't got the
we
money
ain't,
for
we
that.
ain't got the time to do that shit.
Well, if you guys like this episode as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Bow.
Let's give it a little chin rub.
I went to reach for my headphones, but they were already off, so I just set my hat on the fucking
Nice.
fucking.
Classy.